fair Verona where we lay our scene.
From ancient grudge break to new mutiny,
where civil blood makes civil hands unclean.
From forth the fatal loins of these two foes.
Prepare star-crossed lovers take their lives,
whose misadventures piteous overthrows.
to with their death bury their parents' strife.
The fearful passage of death-marked love,
and the continuance of their parents' rage,
which but their children's end not could remove,
is now the 2 hours traffic of our stage.
The which of you with patient ears attend, what here shall miss our toil shall strive to mend.
Oh, forsooth, I swear!
One more time.
I've never heard that before.
It's getting better. And then it stinted and said I.
Quakery! Oh my word, I'll carry no colts.
No. For if you do, then you should be a
I strike quickly, being moved.
But thou art not quickly moved to strike.
A dog of the house of Montague moves me.
To move is to stir, and to be valiant is to stand. Therefore, if thou art moved, thou runnest away. Move!
A dog of that house shall move me to stand.
The quarrel is between our masters and us, their men.
'Tis all one. I shall show myself a tyrant when I have fought with the men, and be cruel with the maids, and cut off their heads.
The heads of the maids.
Aye, the heads of the maids, or their maiden heads. But take it in the sense that thou wilt.
They must take it in the sense they feel.
Ooh, me they shall feel. While I am able to stand, 'tis known I am a pretty piece of flesh.
Draw thy tool! Here comes two of the house of Montague!
My naked weapon is out. Quarrel, quarrel, quickly I shoot back thee.
How? Turn thy back and run!
Well, let us take the law of our sides. Let them begin.
I shall frown at them as they pass by, and let them take it as they list.
Nay, as they dare. I shall bite my thumb at them, which shall be a disgrace to them if they shall bear it.
Do you bite your thumb at us, sir?
I do bite my thumb.
Sir. Do you bite your thumb at us, sir?
Is the law on our side if I say I?
No.
No, sir. I do not bite my thumb at you, sir, but I do indeed bite my thumb.
Do you quarrel, sir?
Quarrel, sir? No, sir.
If you do, sir, I am for you. I serve as good a man as you.
No better?
Well, sir.
Say better. Here comes one of my master's kinsmen.
Yes, better, sir.
You lie.
You're gonna stand for that? Get it! Yeah! Oh!
Draw if you be men.
Okay, Gregory, take it easy.
Watch it again.
Yeah, let's get him! Get the knife from him! Get the knife! Get it! Get it!
Fools! Ow! Oh, you know not what you do!
What art thou drawing amongst these heartless hinds? Turn thee, Benvolio, look upon thy death, and do but keep the peace.
Put up thy tool, or manage it to part these men with me.
What drawn and talk of peace? I hate the word as I hate hell, all Montagues and thee. Have at thee, coward.
What noise is this? Bring me my long sword, ho!
A crutch,
A
my
sword,
call
I say! Old Montague is come and flourishes his blade in spite of me. Thou villain Capulet, hold me not, let me go!
Thou shalt not strike the fool!
Rebellious subjects, enemies to peace, profaners of this neighbor's fainted steel, on pain of death, from those bloody hands, throw your mistempered weapons to the ground, and hear the sentence of your moving prince. 3 civil bras, bred of an airy word, by thee, old Capulet, and Montague, have thrice disturbed the quiet of our streets. If ever you disturb our streets again, your lives shall pay the forfeit of the peace. For this time, all the rest depart away. You, Capulet, shall go along with me, and Montague, come you this afternoon to know our further pleasure in this case. Once more, on pain of death, all men depart!
Oh, where's Romeo? Saw you him today? I'm glad I was not at his fray.
Madam, an hour before the worshipped sun peered forth the golden window of the east, a troubled mind drave me walk abroad, where, underneath the grove of sycamore that westward rooteth of the city side, so early walking did I see your son. Towards him I made, but he was ware of me and stole into the covert of the wood.
Many a morning have ye there been seen, with tears augmenting the fresh morning dew, adding to clouds more clouds with this deep sighs.
Away from the light steals home my heavy son, and private in his chamber pens himself, shuts up his windows, locks fair daylight out, and makes himself an artificial night.
My noble uncle, do you know the cause?
I neither know it nor can I learn of him.
Have you importuned him by any means?
Oh, both by myself and many other friends. If we could learn from whence his sorrows grow, we would as willingly give cure as no.
Oh, see where he comes. So please you step aside. I'll know his grievance, or much be denied. Good morrow, cousin.
Is the day so young?
But new struck 9.
Ay, me sad hours seem long. Was that my father that went in so fast?
It was. What sadness lengthens Romeo's hours?
Not having that which having makes them short.
In love?
Out
of love?
Out of her favor, where I am in love.
Alas, that love, being so gentle in his view, should be so tyrannous and rough in proof.
Alas, that love, whose view is muffled still, should without eyes see pathways to his will. Where shall we dine? Ay, me, what fray was here? No, tell me not, for I have heard it all. This love? Feel I that feel no love in this? Dost thou not laugh?
No, cuz I rather weep.
Good heart at what?
At thy good heart's oppression.
Why, such is love's transgression. Love is a smoke raised with the fume of sighs, being purged of fire sparkling in lover's eyes, being vexed, a sea nourished with lover's tears. What is it else? A madness most discreet? A choking gall and a preserving sweet? Farewell, my cuz.
Soft, I will go along, and if you leave me so, you do me wrong.
I have lost myself. I am not here. This is not Romeo. He's some other where.
Tell me, in sadness, who is that you love?
In sadness, cousin, I do love a woman.
I aimed so near when I supposed you loved.
A right fair Margaret. And she's fair, I love.
Ooh, and a right fair mark. Fair cuz is soonest hit.
Oh, in that hit you miss. She'll not be hit with Cupid's arrow, she hath Dian's wit.
Then she hath sworn to still live chaste.
She hath, and in that sparing makes huge waste.
Be ruled by me, forget to think of her.
Oh, teach me how I should forget to think.
By giving liberty unto thine eyes. Examine other beauties.
'Tis a way to call hers exquisite. Show me a mistress that is passing fair. What doth her beauty serve but as a note, where I may read who passed that passing fair? Farewell, thou canst not teach me to forget.
I'll pay that doctrine, or else I die in debt.
But Montague is bound as well as I in penalty alike. And 'tis not hard, I think, for men so old as we to keep the peace.
How now, my lord? But what say you to my suit?
But say nor what I have said before. My child, is yet a stranger in this world. She hath not seen the change of 14 years. Let 2 more summers wither in their pride, ere we may think her ripe to be a bride.
Younger than she our happy mother's maid.
And too soon marred are those so early made. The earth hath swallowed all my hopes, but she is the hopeful lady of my earth. But woo her gentle Paris, get her heart. My will to her consent is but a part. This night I hold an old accustomed feast, whereto I have invited many a guest such as I love, and you, one more among the store, makes my number more.
Oh, well.
Go, Sirrah, trudge about through fair Verona, and find those persons out whose names are written here, and to them say, my house, and welcome on their pleasure stay.
Find them out whose names are written here. It is written that the tailor shall meddle with his last, the shoemaker with his yard, the fisherman with his pencils, and the artist with his nets. But I am sent to find those whose names are here writ. And I can never find what names the writing person hath here writ. I must to the learned. What a good time.
Touch, man! One fire burns out another's burning. One pain is lessened by another's anguish. Take thou some new infection to thy eye, and the rank poison of the old will die.
God den, good fellow.
Gaudy good den. I pray, sir, can you read?
Aye, mine own fortune in my misery.
Well, perhaps you have learned without book, or but I pray, can you read anything you see?
Aye, if I know the letters and the language.
You say honestly, rest you married?
Stay, fellow, I can read. Signor Martino and his wife and daughters, Mercutio, his brother Valentine, my uncle Capulet, his wife and daughters, my fair niece Rosaline, Signor Valentino and his cousin Tybalt, a fair assembly. Whither should they come? Whither?
To our house to supper.
Whose house?
My master's.
Indeed, I should have asked you that before.
Now I'll tell you without asking. My master is the great rich Capulet, and if ye not be of the house of Montagues, I pray, sir, come and crush a cup of wine. Rest you merry.
At the same ancient feast of old Capulet sups the fair Rosaline, whom thou so lovest, with all the admired beauties of Verona. Go thither, and with untainted eye, compare her face with some that I shall show, and I'll make thee think thy swan a crow.
One fairer than my love, the all-seeing sun ne'er saw her match till first the world begun. I'll go along. No such sight to be shown, but to rejoice in splendor of mine own.
Call her forth to me.
Now by my maidenhead at 12-year-old I bade her come. What lamb? What ladybird? Oh, God forbid, where's this girl? What Juliet? How now? Your mother.
Madam, I am here. What is your will? This is the matter. Nurse, give us leave a while. We must talk in secret. Nurse, come back again. I have remembered me. Thou'st hear our counsel. Thou knowest my daughter's of a pretty age.
Oh, faith, I can tell her age unto an hour.
Well, she's not 14.
I'll lay a... Oh, no! 14 of my teeth! And to my teeth be it spoken, I have but 4. She is not 14. How long is it now to Lammas tide?
A fortnight and odd days.
Even or odd, of all days in the year, come Lammas eve at night shall she be 14. Susan and she, oh God rest all Christian souls, were of an age. Well, Susan is with God. She was too good for me. But as I said, on Lammas eve at night shall she be 14. 'Tis since the earthquake now 11 years, and she was weaned. I never shall forget it. Of all days of the year upon that day, for I then laid wormwood to my dug, sitting in the sun under the dove house wall. My lord and you were then at Mantua. Nay, I do bear a brain. But as I said, when it did taste the wormwood on the nipple of my dug, and felt it bitter, oh, pretty fool to see her tetchy and fall out with the dug. And since that time it is 11 years. Oh, for then she could stand alone. Oh, nay, by the rood she could have run and waddled all about. For even the day before she broke her brow, and then my husband, God be with his soul, who was a married man, took up the child. Yea, dost thou fall upon thy face? Thou wilt fall backward when thou comest to age, wilt thou not, Jewel? And by my holiday, the pretty wretch left crying and said, to see now how a jest should come about. Oh, I warrant and I should live 1,000 years. I never should forget it. Wilt thou not, Jewel? And pretty fool extincted and said, Enough of this! I pray thee, hold thy peace. Yes, madam. Yet I cannot choose but laugh. Oh, to think it should leave crying and say, Yea, quoth my husband, fallest upon thy face, thou wilt fall backward when thou comest to age. Wilt thou not instincted and said,
Stay thou too, I pray thee, nurse, say I.
Peace. Peace I have done. Oh, God mark thee to his grace. Thou wast the prettiest babe that e'er I nursed. And I might live to see thee married once. Well, I have my wish.
Marry, that Mary is the very theme I came to talk of. Tell me, daughter Juliet, how stands your disposition to be married?
It is an honor I dream not of.
An honor. Were I not thine only nurse, I would say thou hast sucked wisdom from my teeth.
Well, think of marriage now. Younger than you, here in Verona, ladies of esteem are made already mothers. By my count, I was your mother much upon these years that you are now a maid. Thus, then in brief, the valiant Paris seeks you for his love.
Oh, a man, young lady, oh lady, such a man as Hollywood. Why, he's a man of wax!
Verona summer hath not such a flower.
Oh, nay, he's a flower, in faith, a very flower.
What say you? Can you love the gentleman? Well, this night you shall behold him at our feast. Read o'er the volume of young Paris's face, and find delight writ there with beauty's pen. Examine every married lineament, and see how one another lends content, and what obscured in this fair volume lies, find written in the margent of his eyes. This precious book of love, this unbound lover, to beautify him only lacks a cup. And that book in many's eyes doth share the glory that in gold clasps locks in the golden story. So shall you share all that he doth possess, by having him, making yourself no less.
No less, nay, bigger women grow by men.
Speak briefly. Can you like of Paris's love?
I'll look to like, if looking liking move, but no more deep will I endart mine eye than your consent is going to make it fly.
Madam, the guests are come, supper served up, you called, my young lady asked for, the nurse cursed in the pantry, and everything in extremity. I shall hence wait, I beseech you, follow straight.
We follow thee. Juliet, the county stays.
Go, girl. Seek happy nights to happy days.
Give me a torch! I'm not for this ambling. Being but heavy, I will bear the light.
Nay, gentle Romeo, we must have you dance.
Not I, believe me, you have dancing shoes with nimble soles. I have a soul of lead, so stakes me to the ground I cannot move.
You are a lover. Borrow Cupid's wings and soar with them above a common bound.
I am too sore and pierced with his shaft to soar with his light feathers, and so bound I cannot bound a pitch above dull woe. Under love's heavy burden do I sink.
And to sink in it, should you burden love? Too great oppression for such a tender thing.
Is love a tender thing? It is too rough, too rude, too boisterous, and it pricks like thorns.
If love be rough with you, be rough with love! Prick love for pricking, and you beat love down! Give me a case to put my vision in. A visor for a visor. Here are what curious eye doth quote deformities. These are the beetle brow shall blush from me.
Come, knock and enter, and no sooner in, but every man betake him to his legs.
And we mean well in going to this mask, but 'tis no wit to go.
Why, may one ask?
I dreamed a dream tonight.
And so did I.
Well, what was yours?
That dreamers often lie.
In bed asleep, where they do dream things true.
Oh, then I see Queen Mab hath been with you.
Oh, Queen Mab. What's she?
She is the fairy's midwife, and she comes in shape no bigger than an agate stone, on the forefinger of an alderman, drawn with a team of little atomies athwart men's noses if they lie asleep. Her wagon spokes made a long spider's legs, the cover of the wings of grasshoppers, the traces of the smallest spider webs, the collar of the moonshine's watery beams. And in this state, she gallops night by night through lovers' brains, and then they dream of love. Or courtiers' knees that dream on curtsy straight, or lawyers' fingers who straight dream on fees, or ladies' lips who straight on kisses dream, which oft the angry man with blisters plagues, because their breasts with sweetmeats tainted are. Sometime she driveth o'er a soldier's neck, and then drinks he of cutting foreign throats, of breeches and buscados, ooh, Spanish blades, of heats 5 fathom deep. And then anon drums in his ear, at which he starts and wakes, and being thus frightened, swears a prayer or two and sleeps again. This is that very Mab that plats the manes of horses in the night, and bakes the elf-locks into foul sluttish hairs which once untangled much misfortune boat. This is the hag when maids lie on their backs, that presses them and learns them first to bear, making them women of good carriage. This is she.
Peace, Mercutio. Thou talkst of nothing.
True. I talk of dreams, which are the children of an idle brain, begot of nothing but vain fantasy, which is as thin of substance as the air, and more inconstant than the wind, who woos even now the frozen bosom of the north, and being angered, puffs away from thence, turning his face to the dew-dropping south.
This wind you talk of blows us from ourselves. Supper is done, and we shall come too late.
I fear too early. For my mind misgives some consequence, yet hanging in the stars shall bitterly begin his fearful date with this night's revels, and expire the life of a closed breath by the death. And he that hath the steerage of my course direct my sail. On, lusty gentlemen!
Strike!
seen the day that I have worn a visor and could tell a whispering tale in a fair lady's ear, such as would please. 'Tis gone! 'Tis gone! It's gone. Come, musicians, play! Make room and foot it, girls!
What lady is that doth enrich the hand of yonder knight? Oh, she doth teach the torches to burn bright. It seems she hangs upon the cheek of night like a rich jewel in an Ethiop's ear, beauty too rich for use, for earth too dear. So shows a snowy dove, trooping with crows, as yonder lady o'er her fellows shows. The measure done, I'll watch her place to stand, and touching hers, make blessed my rude hand. Did my heart love till now? Forswear its sight, for I ne'er saw true beauty till this night.
This, by his voice, should be a Montague. Fetch me my rapier, boy. What dares a slave come hither covered with an antic face to fleer and scorn at our solemnity? By the stock and honor of my kin, to strike him dead, I hold it not a sin.
How now, kinsman, wherefore storm you so?
Uncle, it is a Montague, our foe, hither come in spite to scorn at our solemnity this night.
The young Romeo, is it?
'Tis he, that villain Romeo.
Content thee, gentle cuz. Let him alone. He bears him like a portly gentleman, and to say truth, Verona brags of him to be a virtuous and well-governed youth. I would not, for the wealth of all the town here in my house, do him disparagement. Therefore be content. Take no note of him.
It fits! When such a villain is a guest, I will not endure him.
He shall be endured. What goodman boy I say he shall go to? Am I the master here, or you go to? You'll not endure him. God shall mend my soul. You'll make a mutiny of my guests.
Why, uncle, it is a shame!
Go to. You are a saucy boy. Be quiet, for shame, or I'll make you quiet.
I will withdraw, but this intrusion, seeming sweet, shall now convert to bitter gall.
Come back here!
If I profane with my unworthiest hand this holy shrine, the gentle fine as this, my lips, two blushing pilgrims ready stand to smooth that rough touch with a tender kiss.
Good pilgrim, you do wrong your hand too much, which mannerly devotion shows in this. For saints have hands that pilgrims' hands do touch, and palm to palm is holy palmer's kiss.
Have not saints' lips and holy palmers too?
Aye, pilgrim lips that they must use in prayer.
Then let lips do what hands do. They pray. Grant thou, lest faith turn to despair.
Saints do not move, though grant for prayer's sake.
Then move not while my prayer's effect I take. 'Cause from my lips by yours my sin is
And
purged.
have my lips the sin that they have took?
Sin from thy lips, oh, trespass sweetly urged. Give me my sin again.
Kiss by the book.
Madam, your mother craves a word with you.
What is her, madam?
Mary, bachelor. Her mother is the lady of the house, and a good lady, and a wise and virtuous. I nursed her daughter that you talked withal. I tell you, he that can lay hold of her shall have the chinks.
Is she a Capulet? Oh, dear account. My life is my foe's debt.
Away! Begone! The sport is at the
Aye,
back!
so I fear. The more is my unrest.
Nurse, what is yon gentleman?
His name is Romeo and a Montague, the only son of your great enemy.
My only love sprung from my only hate? Too early seen, unknown, and known too late. Prodigious birth of love it is to me that I must love a loathed enemy.
Anon, anon, come, let's away, the strangers all are gone.
Romeo! My cousin, Romeo!
Can I go forward while my heart is here? Turn back, dull earth, and find thy center out.
Romeo! Oh, my cousin, Romeo!
He is wise, and on my life have stolen him home to bed.
He ran this way and leaped this orchard wall! Oh, call good Mercutio!
Nay, I'll conjure to Romeo! Humans, madman, passion, lover, appear that in the likeness of a sigh. Speak but one rhyme and I am satisfied. Cry but pronounce but loud and dove. He heareth not, he stirreth not, he moveth not. The ape is dead and I must conjure him. I conjure thee by Rosaline's bright eye, by her high forehead and her scarlet lip, by her fine foot, straight leg, and quivering thigh, and the domains that there adjacent lie, that in thy likeness thou appear to us.
And if he hear thee, thou wilt anger him. Come, he hath hid himself among these trees. Blind is his love, and best befits the dark.
If love be blind, love cannot hit the mark. Romeo, good night. I'll to my truckle bed. This field bed is too cold for me to sleep. Come, shall we go?
Go then, for 'tis in vain to seek him here, that means not to be found.
Just its scars that never felt a wound. But soft, what light through yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon, who's already sick and pale with grief that thou, her maid, art far more fair than she. Be not her maid if she is envious, her vestal livery is but sick and green, and none but fools do wear it, cast it off. 'Tis my lady. Oh, 'tis my love. That she knew she were. She speaks, yet she says nothing. What of that? Her eye discourses. I will answer it. I am too bold. It is not to me she speaks. Two of the brightest stars in all the heaven, having some business, do entreat her eyes to twinkle in their spheres till they return. What if her eyes were there, they in her head, The brightness of her cheeks would shame those stars like daylight doth a lamp. Her eyes in heaven would stream so bright that birds would sing and think it were not night. See how she leans her cheek upon her hand? Oh, that I were a glove upon that hand, that I might touch that cheek.
Ay me.
She speaks. Speak again, bright angel.
Oh, Romeo. Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo? Deny thy father and refuse thy name, or if thou wilt not, be but sworn my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet.
Should I hear more, or should I speak at this?
'Tis but thy name that is my enemy. Thou art thyself, though not a Montague. What's Montague? It is nor hand, nor foot, nor arm, nor face, nor any other part belonging to a man. Oh, to be some other name! What's in a name? That which we call a rose by any other name would smell as sweet, so Romeo would. Were he not Romeo called, retain that dear perfection which he owes without that title. Romeo, doff thy name, and for that name which is no part of thee, take all myself!
I take thee at thy word! Call me but love, and I'll be new baptized. Henceforth I never will be Romeo.
What man art thou thus bescreened in night, so stumblest upon my counsel?
By a name, I know not how to tell thee who I am. My name, dear saint, is hateful to myself, because it is an enemy to thee. Had I it written, I would tear the word.
My ears have not yet drunk 100 words of that tongue's utterance, yet I know the sound. Art thou not Romeo and a Montague?
Neither, fair saint, if either thee dislike.
How camest thou hither? Tell me, and wherefore? The orchard walls are high and hard to climb, and the place death, considering who thou art, if any of my kinsmen find thee here.
With love's light wings did I o'erperch these walls. For stony limits cannot hold love out, and what love can do that dares love attempt. Therefore thy kinsmen are no let to me.
If they do see thee, they will murder thee.
Alack, there lies more peril in thine eye than 20 of their swords. Look thou but sweet, and I am proof against their enmity.
I would not for the world they saw thee here.
I have night's cloak to hide me from their sight, and but thou love me, let them find me here. My life were better ended by their hate than death prorogued, wanting of thy love.
By whose direction foundst thou out about this place?
By love, who first did prompt me to inquire. He lent me counsel, and I lent him eyes. I am no pilot, yet wert thou as far as that vast shore washed with the farthest sea, I would adventure for such merchandise.
Thou know'st the mask of night is on my face, else would maiden blush but paint my cheek for that which thou hast heard me speak tonight. Fain would I dwell on form, fain deny what I have spoke, but farewell compliment. Dost thou love me? I know thou wilt say aye, and I'll take thee at thy word, yet if thou swearst thou mayst prove false at lovers' perjuries, then say Jove laughs. O gentle Romeo, if thou dost love, pronounce it faithfully. Or if thou thinkst I am too quickly won, I'll frown and be perverse and say thee nay, so thou wilt woo, but else not for the world. In truth, fair Montague, I am too fond, and therefore thou mayst think my behavior light, but trust me, gentlemen, I'll prove more true than those that have more cunning to be strange. Should have been more strange, I must confess. But that thou overheardst ere I was ware my true love's passion, therefore pardon me, and not impute this yielding to light love which the dark night hath so discovered.
Lady, by yonder blessed moon, I swear that brights with silver all these
Well,
fruit tree
swear
tops.
not by the moon, the inconstant moon, that monthly changes in her circled orb, lest that thy love prove likewise variable.
Well, what should I swear by?
Do not swear at all. Do not swear at all. Or if thou wilt, swear by thy gracious self, which is the god of my idolatry.
If
and
my
not
heart's
thine.
dear
Well,
love
do not
keeps-
swear. Although I joy in thee, I have no joy of this contract tonight. It is too rash, too unadvised, too sudden, too like the lightning, which doth cease to be ere one can say it lightens. Sweet good night. This bud of love by summer's ripening breath may prove a beauteous flower when next we meet. Good night. Good night. As sweet repose and rest come to thy heart as that within my breast.
Wilt thou leave me so unsatisfied? Love.
What satisfaction canst thou have tonight?
The exchange of thy love's faithful vow for mine.
I gave thee mine before thou didst request it, and yet I would it were to give again.
Wouldst thou withdraw it? For what purpose, love?
But to be frank and give it thee again.
Yeah.
And yet I wish but for the thing I have. My bounty is as boundless as the sea, my love is deep. The more I give to thee, the more I have, for both are infinite.
Juliet!
I hear some noise within, dear love, adieu. Anon, good nurse! Sweet Montague, be true. Stay but a little, I will come again.
Oh, blessed, blessed night! I am afeard, being in night, all this is but a dream, too flattering sweet to be substantial.
3 words, dear Romeo, and good night indeed. If that thy bent of love be honorable, thy purpose marriage, send me word tomorrow by one that I'll procure to come to thee, where and what time thou wilt perform the rite, and all my fortunes I'll lay at thy foot, and follow thee, my lord, throughout the world.
Madam!
I come anon, but if thou meet'st not well, I do beseech thee,
Madam!
I come, to cease thy suit and leave me to my grief. Tomorrow I will send.
So thrive my soul.
1,000 times good night.
1,000 times the worse to want thy light. Love goes toward love as schoolboys from their books, but love from love toward school with heavy looks.
Hist, Romeo, hist!
Oh, it is my soul that calls upon my name.
Romeo,
My dear,
at what o'clock tomorrow shall I send to thee?
at the hour of 9.
I will not fail. 'Tis 20 years till then. I have forgotten why I did call thee back.
Let me stand here till thou remember.
I shall soon forget to have thee still stand there, remembering how I love thy company.
And I'll still stay to have thee still forget. Forgetting any other home but this.
'Tis almost morning, I would have thee gone. Yet no further than a wanton's bird who lets it hop a little from her hand like a poor prisoner in his twisted gyves, and with a silk thread plucks it back again, so loving jealous of his liberty.
I would I were thy bird.
Sweet, so would I. Yet I should kill thee with much cherishing. Good night. Good night. Parting is such sweet sorrow that I shall say good night till it be morrow.
Peace dwell upon thine eye. Sleep in thy breast. Oh, would I were sleep and peace, so sweet to rest. Hence I'll to my ghostly father's cell, his help to crave and my dear hap to tell.
Summer is a coming loud as sing cuckoo, sowing seed and making mead, welcome spring on you, sing cuckoo. The gray-eyed morn smiles on the frowning night, checkering the eastern clouds with streaks of light. Now ere the sun advances burning-eyed, the day to cheer and night's damp dew to dry, I must upfill this osier cage of ours with precious juiced flowers.
Good morrow, Father.
Oh, benedicite! Oh, what early tongue so sweet saluteth me! Well, thou art uproused by some distempeture, or if not so, then here I hit it right. Romeo hath not been in bed tonight.
That last is true. The sweeter rest was mine.
God pardon sin. Wast thou with Rosaline?
With Rosaline, my ghostly father? No, I forgot that name, and that name's woe.
That's my good son. But where hast thou been then?
I'll tell thee, ere thou asking me again. I've been feasting with mine enemy.
Be plain, good son, and homely in thy drift. Riddling confession finds, but riddling shrift.
Then plainly know, my heart's dear love is set on the fair daughter of rich Capulet. As mine on hers, so hers is set on mine, and all combined, save what thou must combine by holy marriage. When and where and how we met, we wooed, we made exchange of vow. I'll tell thee as we pass. But this I pray, that thou consent to marry us today.
Holy Saint Francis! What a change is here! Is Rosaline, whom thou didst love so dear, so soon forsaken? The young man's love lies not truly in their hearts, but in their eyes. Pronounce the sentence then. Women may fall when there is no strength in men.
Thou chidest me off for loving Rosaline.
For doting, not for loving, pupil mine. But come, young waverer, come, go with me. In one respect I'll thy assistant be, but for this alliance may so happy prove to turn your household's rancor to pure love.
Let us hence! I stand on sudden haste.
Wisely and slow. They stumble that run fast.
Where the devil should this Romeo be? Came he not home tonight?
Not to his father's. I spoke with his man.
That same pale, hard-hearted wench, that Rosaline torments him so that he will sure run mad.
Oh, the Tybalt, the kinsman of old Capulet, hath sent a letter to his father's house.
A challenge on my life.
Romeo will answer it.
Any man that can write may answer a letter.
Nay, he will answer the letters, master, how he dares be dared.
Alas, poor Romeo. He is already dead stabbed with the white wench's black eye, shot through the ear with a love song, the very pin of his heart cleft with the blind boat boy's butt shaft. And is he a man to encounter Tybalt?
Why? What is Tybalt?
More than Prince of Cats, I can tell you. Oh, he is the courageous captain of Compliments Moon. He fights, as you've seen, prick song, keeps time, distance, and proportion. Dress me his minion, rest, 1, 2, and the third in your bosom. Very butcher of a silk button. A duelist, me. A duelist. Gentlemen of the very first house of the first and second cause. The immortal passato, the punto reverso, the high!
Oh, the what?
The pucks of such antic, lisping, affecting fantasticos, these new tuners of accent. By Jesus, a very good blade, a very tall man, a very good horse.
Here comes Romeo. Here comes Romeo.
Without his love, like a dried herring. Flesh, how art thou fishified? Signor Romeo, bonjour. There's a French salutation for your French slop. You gave us the counterfeit fairly last night.
Good morrow to you both. What counterfeit did I give you?
The slip, sir, the slip. Can you not conceive?
Pardon, good Mercutio, my business was great. And in a case as mine, a man may strain courtesy.
That's as much to say. Such a case as yours constrains a man to bow at the hands.
Meaning to curtsy.
Thou hast most kindly hit it.
A most courteous exposition.
Nay, I am the very pink of courtesy.
Pink for flower?
Right.
Why then my pump is well flowered.
Well said! Follow me this jest now till thou hast worn out thy pump, that when the single soul of it is worn, the jest may remain after the wearing so singular.
Oh, single soul jest, solely singular for the singleness.
Come between us, good Benvolio, my wits faint!
Switch and spurs, or I'll cry mad.
Why is not this better now than groaning for love? Now art thou sociable, now art thou Romeo, now art thou what thou art, by art as well as by nature. For this driveling love is like a great natural that runs lolling up and down to hide his bubble in a hole.
Here's good to hear.
Peter!
Come on.
My fan, Peter. Good Peter, to hide her face. Ooh, for her fan is the fairer face. God ye good morrow, gentlemen. Good ye good den, fair gentlewoman. Is it good den? Oh, 'tis no less, I tell you, for the body hand of the dial is now upon the prick of noon. Out upon you, what woman are you?
One gentlewoman that God hath made for herself to mar.
Gentlemen, can any of you tell me where I may find the young Romeo?
I can tell you, the young Romeo will be older when you found him than he was when you sought him. I am he, the youngest of that name.
You say well. If you be he, sir, I desire some confidence with you.
Ooh, she will indict him to some supper.
Aboard! So how?
What hast thou found?
Oh, no hair, sir. Less a hair, sir, and a Lenten pie. That is something stale and hoar. Ere it be spent. And all that horn is value for me to lend. Romeo, will you go to your father's? We'll to dinner thither.
We'll follow you.
Farewell, ancient lady. Farewell, lady. Merry farewell. I pray you, sir, what saucy merchant was this that was so full of her ropery?
A gentlewoman, nurse that loves to hear herself talk and will speak more in a minute than she stands to in a month.
And to speak anything against me. I'll take her down and more lustier than she is, and 20 such jacks, and thou! Thou must stand by too, and suffer every knave to use me at her pleasure.
I saw no woman use you at her pleasure. I warned you if I had my weapon would have quickly been out. I dare draw as soon as any other man if I see occasion and the law on my side.
Now, afore God, I am so vexed that every part about me quivers. Scurvy knave!
Nurse. Commend me to thy lady and mistress. Bid her devise some means to come to shrift this afternoon, and there she shall at Friar Lawrence's cell be shrived and married.
Lord, she will be a joyful woman.
Here's for thy pains.
Oh, truly, sir, not a pet. Wow.
Go to, I say you shall.
This afternoon, sir? Well, she shall be there.
And stay, good nurse, behind the abbey wall. Within this hour my man shall be with thee, and bring thee cords made like a tackled stair, which to the high top gallant of my joy be my secret convoy in the night. Farewell! Be trusty, and I'll quite thy pains. Farewell! Commend me to thy lady and mistress.
Oh, no, God in heaven bless thee.
Aye, 1,000 times.
1,000 times. Peter! Here. Take my fan and go before and a pace. Other way.
The clock struck 9 when I did send the nurse. In half an hour she promised to return. Perchance she cannot meet him? No, that's not so. Oh, she is lame. Love's heralds should be thoughts which 10 times faster glide than the sun's beams, driving back shadows over luring hills. Now the sun is on the high-most hill of this day's journey, and from 9 till 12 is 3 long hours, and yet she has not come. Had she affections and warm, youthful blood, she would be as swift in motion as a ball. Thy words would bandy her to my sweet love, and his to me. But old folks, many faint as they were dead, unwieldy, slow, heavy, pale as lead. Oh God, she comes. Oh, honey nurse, what news? Hast thou met with him? Here. Send my man away.
Peter, stay at the gate.
Now, good, sweet nurse. Oh, Lord, why lookst thou sad? The news be sad, yet tell them merrily. If good, thou shamest the music of sweet news by playing it to me with so sour a face.
I am a-weary. Give me leave a while. Fie, how my bones ache. What a jaunt I have
would thou
had.
hadst my bones and I thy news. Nay, I pray thee, good nurse,
Yes, what haste? Can you not stay a while? Do you not see that I am out of breath?
How art thou out of breath when thou hast breath to say to me that thou art out of breath? The excuse that thou dost make in this delay is longer than the tale thou dost excuse. Is thy news good or bad? Answer to that, say either, and I'll stay the circumstance. Let me be satisfied. Is it good or bad?
Well, you have made a simple choice. You know not how to choose a man. Romeo, no, not him. Though his face be better than any man's, and his leg excels all men's, and for a hand and a foot, ooh, and a body, though they be not to be talked on, yet they are past compare. He is not the flower of courtesy, but I'll warrant him as gentle as a lamb. Go thy ways, wench, serve God. What have you done?
No, but all this I did know before. What says he of our marriage? What of that?
Oh, Lord, how my head aches. Oh, what a head have I. Oh, it beats as if it would fall in 20 pieces. Oh, my back, the other side. Oh, beshrew your heart for sending me about to catch my death with jaunting up and down.
Faith, I am sorry that thou art not well. Sweet, sweet, sweet nurse. Tell me, what says my love?
Your love says, like an honest gentleman, and a courteous, and a kind, and a handsome, and all warrant a virtuous. Where is your mother?
Where is my mother? Where is my mother? Why, she is within. Where should she be? How oddly thou repliest. Your love says like an honest gentleman. Where is your mother?
Oh, God's lady, dear, are you so hot? Marry, come up, I trow. Is this the poultice for my aching bones? Henceforward do your messages yourself.
Here's such a coil, come. What says Romeo?
Have you got leave to go to shrift today? I have. Then hie you hence to Friar Lawrence' cell. There stays a husband to make you a wife. Yes! Ah, now comes the wanton blood up in your cheeks. They'll be in scarlet straight to Daddy News. Hie you to church. I must another way to fetch a ladder by the which your love must climb a bird's nest soon when it is dark. I am the drudge and toil in your delight, but you shall bear the burden soon at night. Go, all to dinner, hie you to the cell.
Hie to high fortune, honest nurse, farewell!
So smile the heavens upon this holy act, that after hours with sorrow chide us not.
Amen. Amen. But come what sorrow can, it cannot countervail the exchange of joy that one short minute gives me in her sight. Do but close our hands with holy words, then love devouring death, do what he dare. It is enough I may but call her mine.
These violent acts have violent means, and in their triumph die like fire and powder, which as they kiss consume. Therefore, love moderately, long love does so. Too swift arrives as tardy as too slow. Oh, here comes the lady. Oh, so light of foot. Oh.
Oh, good even to my ghostly confessor.
Romeo shall thank thee, daughter, for us both.
As much to him, us as his thanks too much.
Oh, Juliet, if the measure of thy joy be heaped like mine, then sweeten with thy breath this neighbor air, and let rich music's tongue unfold the imagined happiness that both receive in either by this dear encounter.
They are but beggars that can count their worth, but my true love has grown to such excess, I cannot sum up some of half my wealth.
Come away with me by your leaves. We will make short work, for You two shall not remain alone till Holy Church incorporate two in one. Oh, no, 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 no,